Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to be joined today by a couple board members for the Medford School District. Karen Starchvick is the board chair. Jeff Kinsella is a board member. Thank you both so much for being here today.
Thank you.
All right, so Karen, let me start with you. Earlier this week, Medford School Board decided to place a $25 million bond measure on the May ballot. What are you asking for and why?
Well, there are proven practices that we know will increase graduation rate, keep kids engaged in schools, and give them skills that they can take with them after they come out of high school. These practices were thoroughly vetted with Measure 98, which was overwhelmingly approved by the people of Oregon 2 years ago. It freed up a lot of operational money for these programs, career technical education, dropout prevention, and dual credit acquisition while in high school. Those are the strategies. Unfortunately, within the Medford School District, we just don't have the space to do as much with these programs as we would like to. So we want to add more career technical education. We want to expand our career pathways, but we don't have the physical room to do it. So we're asking the voters of this community, the taxpayers in this community, to come together with us and build something that will not only be great for students in our district, but for the community at large.
Okay, and Jeff, so it sounds like we need some more buildings here. Where are these facilities going to be built?
There'll be new facilities built at North and at South, and they'll be equitable, and they'll provide similar pathways for the students. So it's a very good thing that we're doing.
Okay, and how do you think this is going to help in the education process?
It helped me. I know from my own experience in high school, I was geared towards college because in my household, I was told, you will go to college. And it wasn't something I really wanted to do, but I prepared for college. I took all the right classes. But what kept me, held my interest, was that I took a number of shop classes. And when my kids went to high school here, they were available. Now then they were taken away when they rebuilt South. So I think it's critical that we provide options for kids in order to keep them in college. Keep them in high school, excuse me. Sure. Because we have more than 20% of the kids are dropping out of high school. And maybe if we can provide good classes, things of interest that stimulate the other side of the brain and then get them involved in careers and get them connected with careers so that they know that there's options besides going to college, we're going to address almost half the kids will not go to college. Wow. So you've got about 1,800 students out there potentially going into the workforce that need to have skills and need to have a direction. So if you provide these CTE classrooms, they will have an insight into the jobs that are available, give them some skills, and even if they decide to go to college, which they can do both, they can go to college and they can take the CTE classrooms, they're going to be more rounded, the brain's going to be more rounded in terms of the learning. So I think we're graduating a better student, and we're probably graduating more students. So I think it's about providing more options for the students. And that's part of our responsibility.
Sure. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll have much more in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with a couple of Medford School Board members, Karen Starchvick and Jeff Kinsella, talking about a $25 million bond that's going to be on the ballot in May. What is that going to look like, Karen, for taxpayers?
Well, we're talking pennies. It's 12 cents per $1,000 of assessed value. So looking at the average size of an assessed value home within the Medford School District, that's about $32 a year. So this really is an opportunity where if we spread this out amongst all our taxpayers and divide it up equally, we can each put in an amount that I think is manageable and really bring something that is for the good of the community. One thing that we talked a lot about the students, but we didn't talk about the fact that we want to partner with others in the community, whether it's community college, Southern Oregon University, or other private partnerships, so that these buildings can be used for adult education as well after school hours. So this is an investment that our community will make for the community. The students are a big part of that, but absolutely the adults will have adult access as well.
Okay, and so these are facilities that are going to be built at both North and South, if approved, of course. If it's passed in May, what's the timeline? When are these going to be up and running for students to use?
We're shooting for September 2020 would be the grand opening. Because we have not spent a lot of money out of the general fund on this project, we've done very limited artist renderings and site analysis. We'll have to go through the whole process to get detailed architectural plans, and that takes some time.
All right, and public forums are upcoming. Jeff, I believe they're still in the scheduling process.
They're in the scheduling process. There will be a public forum at North and one at South, because we want to inform the voters and we want to answer any questions that they may have, because we want to encourage people to get out and vote and an informed voter makes a better decision. So we want them to be informed about what our plans are.
Sure, all right. And if people want to know what's the best spot, because as I said, these are not scheduled yet. What's the best place for them to go to find out? Karen?
We have a Facebook page. They can just Google Medford School Bond, and that will come up. We have a website that's in production. We expect to be live with that by Monday, and that'll be www.medfordschoolbond.org.
Okay, very good. Thank you both so much for being here today. I appreciate it.
I mentioned the Facebook page.
Yeah. You're good to go. That's it. You got them both covered. Good. Thank you both so much for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.